to head to Gavin Cromwell's stables now, because I think we can check in with the winning trainer. There he is with our Gold Cup hero. I know the way you're thinking. Good morning to you both.
Good morning. Yeah, it's actually quite funny here. He was watching himself on the phone.
Now, I know he's brilliant, Gavin. Is he quite an intelligent horse as well? Could he recognise what he was doing?
I mean, he's loose here in the stable, and he's obviously in with his head across my shoulder and snuggling up. He's got a brilliant temperament.
And to what extent was that a big factor in the way that you threw him in fairly late to the Gold Cup? The fact that you thought that he had the mind for it as well as the engine.
Yeah, I suppose definitely a big factor. But his run in Leopardstown, his last run where he was only beaten 7 lengths, that was very encouraging, and he hit the line really well. And the entries were well out at that stage. So I think straight after the race, it was on my mind that we could possibly supplement him. And, as the next few weeks progressed after that and his work stepped up again, it was becoming more obvious it was the thing to do.
And when we spoke on, I think it was Monday evening or Tuesday morning maybe, when we were out on the gallops, and I said, who are you most excited about this week? And you said Stumptown, 6.5, well, she did everything but win. And this fella, Inothewayurthinkin, I'm thinking, well, I get how you can be confident about the other two, but you're surely just a sporting player in the Gold Cup. What was it about him and the way he was training that made you think, yeah, I've actually got a massive shot at winning this race?
Yes, I suppose, you have to look at that 7-length margin the last day and how much we thought he had improved since that. So, and he was just so well in himself and healthy, and he was just stripping up straighter as well, fitter looking. So everything was pointing that direction. But now, listen, I know Gallop in the Shop is a serious horse, and I didn't want to sound silly by being very bullish about him, but quietly I was.
Yeah. Completely. What impact has Friday already had on those around you and the yard? I know you've won a champion hurdle before, that was huge, but the Gold Cup is the great race of the week. Yeah,
it's surreal, really, to be honest, and it's a great boost for everybody, the whole yard. It's a confidence booster, I suppose. That's just huge.
When you say it's a confidence booster, how do you mean?
We started off from the very bottom, and I know we had some big race winners and champion hurdle winner, but the Gold Cup is the mecca, and it's just huge. It feels a huge achievement to have won it.
Just worth reminding us, Gavin, how far this whole operation's come in quite such a short space of time. What year was your first winner?
I'm not actually even sure. It's a long time ago, but I was very much a part-time trainer and a full-time farrier, for probably 15 years, and then I started to get, I suppose, when we started getting a few more winners and a few more horses started coming, it started to level out. It was a case of I was leaving to go shoeing at 10 or 11 in the morning rather than at 8, and as things progressed, I eventually hadn't got time to do any more shoeing. So it's been great.
And I know you're a man of significant ambition, and you've achieved many of the things that you set out to do. But could you envisage the sort of size and scale of what you've got now back then, or when did you maybe start to envisage that?
I never did, to be honest. We started off with 8 stables and an apartment overhead, which we lived in. I lived in that for 9 years, and Jake, who led in Inothewayurthinkin, had his first birthday in there. So that's not very long ago. Jake's just 13 now. So it's you know, it's been a roller coaster, to be honest. Like, we only had a small little bit of land, and we've been lucky enough to buy a couple of bits that were joining us and built more gallops, and hopefully we'll keep the upward curve. You know, I don't plan on stopping, so I enjoy growing all the time.
He definitely likes the limelight, doesn't he?
He does indeed, yeah.
He's loving it. He's really enjoying it.
Yeah. Yeah, he kind of has a room with a view here. The loose schooling behind the camera, you can't see we're loose schooling here. So yeah, he's a great temperament, all right. Great
temperament, great character, wonderful performance, and this is all well and good, but the question is there, and it hangs heavy in the air. What do you think about creating your own bit of history by going for the Grand National?
Yeah, I'm almost trying not to think about it, to be honest. It's, you know, it has to be very tempting. It's huge, but you know, we haven't even spoken about it to Frank or JP. But listen, he's only 7. He's clearly a very talented horse, and you know, we'll be hoping there's more Gold Cups to be won. Listen, we'll wait and see.
When we talked earlier in the season, when he had the entry, you were quite lukewarm about running him, even when he was, you know, going into the weights, a 6-7 to 1 favourite or whatever. You were saying, I wouldn't be mad on it this year. Is that sort of still uppermost in your mind?
Listen, he got an entry, and I know he went in. He was made favourite, but he got an entry, but not necessarily a definite runner. I've always been concerned. His jumping was very sticky last year, and it has improved all of this season. You know, the last thing you want to do is go to Aintree and give him a fright and put him on the back foot.
Whatever happens, can't wait to see him again. Even if he doesn't run at Aintree, would you imagine that he would run again this season at some point, be it Punchestown or wherever? Yeah,
I'd imagine. Listen, his season has progressed, and listen, he's at his peak now. There's no reason why he wouldn't run again, whether it's Aintree or Punchestown. I'd say one or the other.
I'd love to have another quick look at Stumptown, because he was brilliant in the cross country, and you made the point that he wasn't a well handicapped horse on the face of it, but this is the great level of this course, isn't it? How is he?
He's good. He's very good. Yeah. He was mighty impressive, really. You know, with weight. He could. I'd imagine he's going to take to the Grand National fences, and hopefully he'll be a big player there with 11 stone 2, which is just on Keith's weight. Like 11 stone is Keith's absolute rock bottom. We'll be hoping that he could be a big player there.
I was looking at so many horses that have run well for you during the course of the week. Bride's Hill ran a super race in the mare's race. The Company Sergeant was only just defeated. 6.5, I said she did everything bar win. Robbie's Rock ran a massive race at a huge price. Melina Girl ran a huge race at a big price. Only by Night, I mean, I can't imagine what you were thinking jumping the last in the Arkle.
Oh, it was unbelievable. I'd almost started celebrating. But listen, she ran a huge race, and I'm delighted that I did run her in the right race. You know, she could only run the Arkle this year. She can run in plenty more mares chases. We're delighted with the run, but gutted to just got robbed on the line.
And we can take a look back at 6.5 as well. I'm not trying to torment you, because there's so many positives to take from her. You must be dreaming of here, there, and everywhere with her, aren't you? I mean, she could do anything.
Yeah, absolutely. She's very good. I don't know. It's hard to know. Was she outstayed, or maybe if there was something to bring her further into the race. I don't know.
You think she might have got a bit lonely?
Yeah, she did, and probably jumped the last a bit big and bold, and a little bit slow at the back of it. But listen, it was a really good run, and another one that we've I'd almost started celebrating and fine.
But all things being equal, at the end of the week, what a week and what a wonderful performance. You can't keep him out of shot. You might have moved, but he's going to get over your shoulder somehow.
Yeah, absolutely. They all ran. They ran really well. I think we had 10 horses in the first three, and then now as the hour fell and he looked like he wasn't done with. So on the whole, they all ran really well.
Great stuff, Gavin. Thanks so much, and thank you. I know the way you're thinking.
Thanks.
Watch live racing now on racingtv.com.